Welcome to the second video on time management. In the first video, we went over your perfect day. So we created the vision on where we want to go to. Now, we're not there yet. So we need to do some actions first to get to that vision. And to make sure it's efficient as possible, that we don't waste time, that we don't lose time, we're gonna make a list of everything that we need to do in a week. So everything that needs to happen. And I really want you to write down everything. That goes everything that you do at work, everything which involves transport from or to places, everything at home, with your relationship, with your kids, whatever. Just write down everything that needs to happen. And if we have that, then we can start prioritizing. Then we can start shifting gears. Because what it allows you to do, it allows you to, first of all, see what is a core action and what is a surface action. And what I mean by that, a core action is something that will immediately give you results that will help you reach that perfect day. It could be money in the bank. It could be more time with the family. It could be that healthier, fitter body, whatever. But there are immediate results of the work that you do. Then there are surface actions. Surface actions, they just waste your time. So sometimes they're necessary, but mostly they don't have an immediate result. For example, what I see a lot of times with entrepreneurs is they do a lot of surface actions. And for example, what I mean by that is they spend a lot of time on their social medias. They spend a lot of time on their website. They need a new logo. Maybe they need new business cards and all that tiny stuff that doesn't really make a difference. Because if we look at the core business of an entrepreneur, what needs to happen is there needs to be money in the bank, and you need to keep the costs as low as possible so there's a nice profit margin. With that profit margin, the entrepreneur can take care of himself, of his family, and he can create the life that he wants. Anything that deviates from that or that's not involved with that isn't really a core action. So we need to get those priorities straight. So first of all, we're going to create a list. So this week, I want to invite you to create a list with everything that you do and don't leave anything out. If you've done that, you grab your paper or your PDF, wherever that you have it. You grab it, you put your perfect day next to the list, and you're gonna see, okay, which action here is gonna be a core action? What do I need to do in order to get to that perfect day? And just circle them or make sure it stands out. This will be your first part of clarity. And depending on where you're at, this could be enough. This could be enough to finally prioritize what needs to happen, get rid of all the bullshit that's just distracting you, and make stronger, better results in a shorter time frame. However, if you feel like you want to take it a little bit further, we can go deeper. We're going to use the same list. We're going to use the same perfect day, but we're going to make it a little bit more practical. We're going to get our hands dirty now. What's going to happen? So with the list, we know the core action, we know the surface action, but I wanted you not to look with the eyes of the future, of your perfect day. I want you to look with the eyes of today, of the present. And we're next to core action, surface action, we're going to write down the importance and the urgency of it. As you can see in the slide, there are four quadrants. The first one is important and urgent. So this is something that must happen fast, and it has a big impact on my life, on my business. The second one is something that's important but not urgent. You know it needs to happen, but there is no deadline, there is no time pressure yet. Then the other one is not important but urgent. This could be filing your taxes, stuff like that, stuff nobody really wants to do, but it needs to happen anyway. And then, for example, the last one is not urgent, not important. So these are usually the ones. And that's what we talked about in the last video. Make sure your ones are musts. If you can't turn it into a must, delete it. You don't need that stuff in your life. It only is going to distract you. Oh, I need to do this. No, you don't. If it's not a must, it's not important. So we got core action, surface action. Then we're gonna see how important and how urgent it is. And from there, we can decide what to do with it. You can decide if you're gonna do it yourself, you can delegate it, or you can drop it. So I think you already know the last one, the quadrant 4, but I said if it's not urgent, not important, we're just gonna drop that. It doesn't make a difference, it's not important, just something that's in the way. As for the other ones, if it's urgent and important, especially right now, if you don't have the tools yet to delegate it, do it yourself. When it's not urgent and important, you want to plan ahead for it. So you want to have, of course, you want to have a schedule in place, a routine in place. So you want to plan ahead for it. And then the final one, if it's urgent, not important, that you can delegate. So those usually are the first tasks that start the delegation process. Make sure a friend can do it, or you hire someone to do it. It's, for example, cleaning, cooking. A lot of people think, oh, I need to clean, I need to cook. Why? If you can hire someone for $10 an hour to do it, and you can make $100 an hour, why would you do it yourself? It doesn't make sense. You make 10 times the money in the same time that you would spend cleaning the house. So it's just not logical. So from here, you can start choosing. And again, here's going to be a difference between the present and the future, because it could be in your perfect day that you only do 3 or 4 of those things. So the really things that you enjoy to do, which are core actions, those are the things you're going to focus on. But while we are getting there, while we're still working to get there, you might need to do more. So this list will change as well. So that's why I advise you always reflect on the things you do. For myself, usually I use a 3-month period. After 3 months, I reflect, am I on track? Am I off track? What needs to happen next? So this will work for 99% of the people in this group. It will work really great. If you are an entrepreneur, if you're in sales, if you're CEO, higher level management, you want to think, and I actually gave a small preview here, you want to think one step further. Like I said, if you have a task of $10 an hour and you make $100 an hour, it doesn't make sense to do it yourself. But there are also tasks that can make you $1,000 or even more. So from here, you also want to see, okay, does this make sense? Okay, yes, it can be important, it can be urgent, but if I can outsource that and I can make more money in the same time, why would I do it myself? Because there's a slight nuance there. For example, if I look at my business, what is important, what is urgent is having conversations with people, is having leads. For this, I outsource it, I delegate it, and I have people running my Facebook ads, I have people bringing my leads in. So this helps. Of course, I still need to do the conversation, but I don't need to do the marketing point of view anymore. But that's something that I have to work up to, because in the beginning, I did not have those funds, so I could not do it. I had to do it myself. And that's where things started to change. So I hope this brings a little bit more clarity in your life. So when you do this, you will find probably that you're wasting a lot of time on shit that doesn't really matter. From here, make sure you focus on the core actions. Make sure that those are clear, the actions that provide you with direct results towards your perfect day, and make sure that you start organizing for the future. Right now, you will probably have to work through some stuff in order to get it done. So it could be an increased workload, but if you do this right, it will save you tons of time in the future. Good luck. And if there are questions, just send me a PM, send me a comment here below, whatever it takes, I'm here to help you. Good luck.